So we're gonna DJ Vlad this.
Alright.
This is a Charlotte artist called Joe Sig. I'm pretty sure that you'll have seen his videos. I've had 2 videos posted up on my YouTube channel, on the new one as well as the old one. So the first question I want to ask you, Joe, is do you think that hip hop should be canceled?
Elaborate. I don't know what that means.
Well, they have this whole thing of cancel culture where, people going around and just like basically canceling things like it non-existent. It's being non-existent.
That's like saying, that's like saying.
Do you think? Let me put it another way. Do you think that hip hop is dead?
No, that's crazy. That's like saying is African culture dead? Or it's like saying is indigenous people is their culture dead because it changed? No, it's not dead.
Okay, so now I know like generations, they vary in music. So my mother's generation was into disco. And then I was into the 90s era, the golden era. And then you have a different era now of music, mumble rap. So the thing of it is that I get what you're saying, that every generation changes. So therefore, like, the older generation would look at the newer generation's music as being horrible and is dead. But the question I want to ask to you is, do you think that this music has changed, or that it's just not music at all?
Oh, it's definitely music. I think anytime black people get together and make music, regardless of how it sounds, regardless of what message they're putting across, it's music. We're the originators. So if we change things and start sounding differently, it just is what it is. Now, fortunately for the people who love quote unquote hip hop music, we have what you call like free streaming. Now it's fucked up for. Sorry.
That's okay.
That's messed up for the artists. You know what I'm saying? Because we're not getting paid as much as we should be getting paid. We're getting bootlegged in a legal way. But for the fans or for the audience, you don't have to listen to it. You don't have to listen to Lil Baby. You don't have to listen to Da Baby. You don't have to listen to Kodak. You don't have to listen to nobody. As a matter of fact, you can go as far back in a time machine as you want to and live in your own little bubble, and you can listen to 90s era music for days. It's catalogs that will last you your whole entire lifetime. I know, because I dig in the crates all the time.
But don't you, I'm sorry, but don't you think like that, okay, so I think like a lot of times with the older generation, especially the 90s, a lot of us are looking at the music and we're saying that type of music should have its own category. Like it should be under the genre of hip hop, but it should definitely have its own like section. It shouldn't be like, say for example, what is his name? Roddy Ricch. Like Juice WRLD, Roddy Ricch, YML and all that. Yeah, they're singing. They're literally singing. So why would you put a artist such as those artists into a rap category? Like, they're rappers and they're not rappers. They're actually singing. Now, I agree with you to a certain extent when you're talking about it's music. I hear the music, I hear the harmony and everything, but for the most part, they're singing. They're not actually rapping. Why would they?
I feel like they just expanded the idea of what rap is. It's for our survival. It's for the survival of rap music. If you really think about it, let's be intellectual. Intellectualize this. So if we continue to be all about lyricism and rap, cadence, complex rhyme schemes, double entendres, hyperbole, alliteration, all that stuff, we just like continue to be streamlined with that, and it was just all about rapid words. At some point, it's get old, and then hip hop would die, like rap would die. But them expanding and evolving and innovating the style, like using the cadences that they're using, but just actually drawing out the syllables instead of like, you know, having the cadence to a drum beat, like, you know, tat 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 tat, the way people rap, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But actually just drawing out the syllables and crooning and harmonizing with it, I think it's like essential to the survival of music, like a diversified rap. Now, we can, you know, be stiflers and be like, oh, it's not technically rap, but they can't call it R&B because they have their own set of rules too. So all this division is going on, trying to separate what type of rap is officially rap and what rap isn't. We're losing the fact that this is just all a part of innovating the style. Like, what if Kool Herc said that, you know, chanting to the crowd is real rap and real hip hop, and what Nas is doing isn't? Then what? You know what I'm saying?
I understand that, but like I'll give you an example. Like, if you look at rock and roll and what was done to rock and roll as we know it now, it has nothing to do with Chuck Berry, Little Richard. These are the founders of rock and roll. It is definitely more metamorphosized into something totally different, and that's the thing that I see with hip hop. Like, I can't even identify, you know, what hip hop is right now. I think that this generation has actually just X'd out everything that went on in the past and just started their own little thing, and now it's to the point where people are going to look at these rappers and it's going to go from this point on. So we're going to see hip hop. We're not going to. At one point, it'll get to the point where hip hop is just going to be
rap will be unrecognizable.
Yeah, you know, like
that's a valid fear. But look at the Model T car compared to the Tesla. There are still model cars that look like the Model T. We got, you know, like the Dodge Plymouth. What was that? What's that shit? The PT Cruiser, the shit that only baby mamas drive. The PT Cruiser, it looks like a Model T. So if who invented that Ford? The Ford dude, if he came back and looked, he'd be like, what is going on? What are all of these? Like, what is that? And it would be irrecognizable to him if he went to that. But if he saw the PT Cruiser, he'd be like, okay, that looks like a car. But it doesn't change the fact that you love cars. It doesn't change the fact that cars are cars. It's just like, it's a part of it. Like, these things can coexist. What they doing and what Benny the Butcher is doing and what Westside Gunn is doing and what Rock Marciano is doing and what so many other people are doing, they're coexisting. But what we shouldn't do is see because of radio, because let's face it, we're not in control of the radio. We're not in control of what's being syndicated out in the airwaves. But when you really want, like, if you're a true hip hop fan, you will never say hip hop is dead because you digging. Like, you'll dig for the artists that you like. You got Mick Jenkins. It's up to your responsibility now. Stop leaving up to the responsibility of the record execs to have you listen to what you think is hip hop or what. It doesn't matter now. Now you gotta go looking for it. It's just not in your face like in the 90s. You had no choice but to listen to DMX, Jay-Z, Nas, 50 Cent, Noriega, Neptune, all these people. You had no choice because that's what the airwaves were pushing towards to you. Now you gotta look for it.
So, in the case of you being an artist and the baby's out, so would you agree or disagree that the baby is like the face of Charlotte's hip hop now?
Yeah, he made it.
And with that, do you think that you being the type of artist that you are would have to somewhat like go his route, like, you know, far as his flow and his direction, instead of like being true to what you're doing?
Absolutely not. No, because, you know, in Cali, you know, it was a hyphy movement. What was going on with Kendrick was when Kendrick just came out of nowhere. It was like,
I think it was like a hyphy movement. It
was a hyphy movement. Then you had the New Jacks. You had Tiger burning up the streets. You had a lot of who was that? DJ Mustard was doing all the production. That's all I can say. From out of California, DJ Mustard was killing the airwaves. Basically, he was on everybody's stuff, but that's a California sound. Then you got Kendrick Lamar that came out of nowhere, doing what Kendrick Lamar does best. And it's not about who's dominating the airwaves. It's about who has a dominant personality. If you see the baby, it's not just his music, it's the marketing, it's the dominant personality. It's like how his presence is. It's like him as a man. People are more interested in who the baby is more than his music. And when you hear his music, it fits the vision that he has put in front of you. So the minute that my vision and the music that I put out kind of like intertwine and like catches the focus of the world is when everybody will see me shining, and then it'll be somebody else saying that, you know, Joe Sig is not how Charlotte music really sounds, it's such and such, and it'll be a constant battle. I'm not concerned with that. I salute all my comrades coming out of Charlotte. The baby's doing a great job. I watched him go from Baby Jesus to his new now moniker. I've watched him be on stage when it was like 10 people and still turn up to 1,000 people and to, you know, hundreds of thousands now. So like, we kind of gotta get unstuck from our we're afraid of change, and you know, as Black Americans, we have to like stop doing that.
So you, in your opinion, you know, so you truly believe that hip hop is fine?
Yeah.
That we're good.
We're great. I'm running with the narrative that we're great. What we need to do is just take the power back and become independent. More independent. Don't sign to no label. I don't care what type of rap you do. Don't sign to no label. If you sign to a label, make sure that you're using the label's marketing and the labels that you're using the machine to your advantage to get out the message that you want to get out. Like every time you get in front of the camera, be sure to speak out against people being put in 360 deals, people losing their publishing rights. Use that vehicle to kind of like inform people. But we're in a good position. I think every time that we put ourselves in the victim position, it doesn't help. If you want to be an artist, go out there and just be independent. Get your publishing, get your copywriting right. That's all I can say about that. Like we're in the best position because everybody in the world wants to do hip hop and they know we created it. But we just have to like own everything that we do. We can't say because we don't like what Lil Baby and YM Melly and NBA Youngboy, because we don't like the type of stuff they do. Because we don't like that, we can't say, oh, that's not real rap. That's crazy, because rap comes from struggle and it comes from saying the things that you feel, and they saying what I've listened to these dudes. Like I was in the position where I was like, yo, I don't like this. You know what I'm saying? Because I was stuck to one way of expression. Like, you know, Jadakiss, Nas, like Nori, like 50. All of them were like people that I really listen to. DMX, like, and you know the list goes on. I would just be like, yo, they're not doing it like them. But when I got to listening to their music, these dudes are really talking about real pain. They're talking about real struggle, and some of the way they sing some of this stuff, it's almost like it wouldn't come out a better way unless they crooned it the way that they did it. It wouldn't sound right. The way they're saying it just wouldn't sound right. I listen to Moneybagg, I listen to all these different people, but at the same time, I can kind of, I guess because I'm an artist, or I can relate to some of the shit they saying, I understand where they're coming from and understand why they're saying it the way that they're saying it. So, I don't know, that's just how I feel about it.
So, before I let you go, man, what do you have like coming out? You know, what's your all of your, you know, social networks, you know, Facebook, Instagram, all of that stuff.
So I just released a song with Jamonte, Lord Jamonte. Check him out. All streaming platforms, Tidal, Spotify, Apple Music. Check my man out. I'm working on a song with Langston 2092. We in the studio right now working on something. As a matter of fact, we took a break while I'm drinking my wine out of this Taco Bell cup. Yeah, like I'm constantly working, man. Just follow me on Instagram. I go by Joe Sig. Twitter, I go by Joe Sig. If you don't know how to spell that.
I'll put all of your stuff in the description box.
Oh yeah. Just go follow all
and
that.
And then like I'm gonna call out my subscribers too. Like both of his videos are on my channel, and the views are ridiculous. Like I'm talking about bad. I ain't talking about good. So y'all need to go look at his videos. Both of his videos are on my channel, and the man is good. There's no doubt. You know what I'm saying? So, yo, support him. And support could be something as simple as watching his videos. going to his Instagram, checking him out. As you can see, he's a great artist. He has a great personality, and I'll let you finish off.
I'm alright, y'all.
You got anything else to say before we end it?
Hey yo, ladies, I love y'all. We got I got plenty of stuff to work on, man. Y'all stay blessed, man. Keep looking at this man's channel. It's very interesting. It's very entertaining. I know plenty of times when I was at work and I didn't feel like doing nothing, I could just drift off and listen to his stuff on YouTube, and he would have me cracking up. Some of the shit he was talking about is crazy. Yeah, man, just keep tuning in. Follow me on SoundCloud. Well, yeah, follow me on SoundCloud. Follow me on Spotify, because I get that money from Spotify. Follow me on YouTube. Like, don't be a stick in the mud. Sometimes I do music that's kind of up tempo. You know what I'm saying? Just try to listen to the lyrics and try to relate if you can. I got other stuff, but and everything else, man. I love y'all, man. Stay blessed. That's it.
All right, we're gonna end it.